All right. Let's jump into this deep dive, shall we? We're going to be looking at some tips for anyone out there hoping to get an Australian student visa.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and the source we've got, wow. I was really struck by, just how much goes into it.
Yeah, it's more than just grades, isn't it?
Way more. You wouldn't believe it. We're talking finances, like your whole background, even, your plans for after you graduate. It's wild.
It is. It's like they want to make sure you'll really succeed and, not have problems with money or the law while you're there.
Exactly. Makes sense, though.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the source breaks it all down into 5 main things. English skills, naturally. Then that confirmation of enrollment, COE, which sounds pretty important. Then there's this whole thing about proving you're a genuine temporary entrant, which I don't know about you, but that sounds kind of intimidating.
Little bit, yeah.
Then, of course, there's, showing you can pay for everything.
Yeah.
And then the health and character checks.
Right, the basics.
Right. So let's break it down. English first. You'd think that'd be straightforward, but is it really?
It's definitely essential, but it's not quite as simple as you might think. You've got your IELTS, your TOEFL, PT academic. Those are the main ones.
Yeah, the usual suspect.
Right, but here's the catch. The score you need. Well, that can change depending on the school, the specific course you want to take, even the type of visa you're applying for. So if you're going for, say, a super specialized postgrad program, you might need a way higher English score than someone doing a general undergrad degree.
Makes sense. No cutting corners there, then. You really got to do your homework.
Definitely. Research is key.
Okay, next up. That confirmation of enrollment, the COE. What's the big deal with this document?
I like to think of the COE as your golden ticket. It's basically your passport to, getting that visa.
Oh, okay.
The school in Australia, the one you want to go to, they give you this once you've accepted their offer. It proves you're in, you've got a spot, and it tells the visa people, hey, this student's coming to Australia for a real reason to study.
So no visa application without it, basically.
You got it.
All right, now this genuine temporary entrant thing, what exactly does that even mean? It sounds a bit like, I don't know, legal jargon or something.
It does, doesn't it? Basically, you've got to convince the Australian government that you're really going there just to study, not to, try and stay there permanently. They're looking for strong ties back home, family, a job waiting for you, property, things like that. Things that suggest you'll actually go back once your studies are done.
Gotcha. So, like, a really strong personal statement could be key here. Maybe talking about, how your Aussie degree will help you get a great job back home.
Exactly. And it's important to remember every country has its own history with, migration to Australia. So what you need to show to prove you're a genuine temporary entrant could be different depending on where you're from.
Yeah.
It's all about those details.
Right. It's not just a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
No, definitely not.
Okay, money matters. What kind of financial proof do they need?
Basically, you got to prove you can support yourself during your time there. Tuition, living expenses, the whole shebang. So bank statements are a must. If you're lucky enough to have a scholarship, that's a huge plus. Some students even include proof that their family can help, like a letter from their parents saying they'll cover certain expenses.
Wow. You really got to be organized for this whole process, huh?
Absolutely. Procrastination is not your friend in this situation.
Right. So last but not least, the health and character requirements. What's all that about?
It's mainly to make sure, that you're not going to pose any risk to folks in Australia. You'll need a medical checkup from a doctor they approve of. They're checking for things like, serious illnesses that could spread. And then for the character check, they do a background check to make sure you don't have a serious criminal history. All pretty standard stuff.
All right, so we've covered a lot, 5 major areas they're looking at. It's definitely a process that requires some serious planning. Any final thoughts for our listener? What should they absolutely keep in mind?
If I had to pick one thing to emphasize, it's this. Don't wait until the last minute. Start early. Get organized. Visa processing times can be unpredictable, and you don't want to be stressing out at the 11th hour. Get all your documents together, transcripts, financial stuff, everything, and make sure it's all accurate and complete. No typos, no missing pages. You know the drill.
Couldn't agree more. And hey, don't be afraid to reach out for help if you need it. There are education agents and immigration consultants who specialize in this stuff. They can be lifesavers. That whole genuine temporary entrant thing really got me thinking. It just shows how much the Australian government cares about, each applicant's situation and how it all fits into their immigration system. They're not messing around.
No kidding.
So there you have it, your own personal deep dive into the world of Australian student visas. Hopefully it's given you a better idea of what you're in for. But remember, this is just the beginning. Keep researching, keep asking questions, and most importantly, don't give up on that dream. We'll be here to help you tackle your next batch of sources whenever you're ready.
Sounds good.
All right, until next time.
See ya.